My name is Sabwe Chocho, and I have partnered with the educational team at the Zambia Institute of Marketing to show you solutions for this paper. The focus of this particular video is not to show you how to have attempted each and every question that appeared. For example, if you look at question 1A, this question is asking you to identify and explain factors of production. Like you already know, factors of production include labor, there is capital, there is land, and there is enterprise. I hope I get the spelling of enterprise correct. If that's not the correct one, please correct it for me. So the focus of this particular video is not to take you through the theoretical questions that were asked. The focus of this particular video is to take you through how to have attempted questions that have a mathematical nature or questions that ask you to draw diagrams. For example, this one. This question asks you to use a diagram to explain the term change in supply. I am also going to take you through questions like this one. This question, which is question number 3, it asks you to calculate the market equilibrium. So the focus of this video is not to take you through the theoretical questions, but rather to take you through the questions of a mathematical nature. So we'll get back to question B, the one I earlier highlighted, which is this one. Okay, so just for me to have some more space, I'm going to remove that line over there. What we're going to do and what I'm going to do is I am going to actually draw. Okay, I am going to draw what's required, which is a diagram. Okay, and there it is. Okay, I'm going to draw a diagram like that. And I need to also, let's put this at 0, okay, this ruler at 0, okay, this ruler, I'm trying to put it at 0, let's see, oh, there it is, okay, I'm going to put it at 0, yeah, something like that, okay, that shouldn't happen. I'm going to put it, there it is, I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to draw a line like this, okay? Just for me to know, I'm going to put pointers of where I'm going to plot this particular diagram. I should have done the same here, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to just put them there like that, okay? Now, to be clear, this side represents quantity and this side represents price. Now what we're doing here is, this is change in supply. It's important for you to give your diagram names, okay? So what happens? Here's what happens. When the price goes up, when you're talking about the demand of supply, when the price goes up, the supply or the quantities made available also go up. So let's take, for example, that the price is at point, let's call this point 10, let's call this point 20, point 30, and point 40. And let's call this okay, the quantities in this particular point, at this particular point, they go up, okay, they go up. Now if I draw that, then I'm going to have challenges. So the quantities go up on this particular side, and they go up like this, and these points that I put here, I'm going to use these points to represent what I'm talking about, like I explained earlier. Now I need to draw back that line, okay, to draw back that line because we need that line, okay, we need that line. I'm going to draw it back just like this. Good, there it is. All right, so let's say the quantity let's say the price is at 10 it means that the quantity supplied is going to be low. But when the price goes up, and that is the law of supply, that the higher the price, the higher the quantities. And so in this particular case, if the price is at 10, the quantity will be at that point. When the price goes up, the quantity goes up. When the price goes up to 30, the quantity goes up. When the price goes up, the quantity goes up, such that at the end of it all, you will have a diagram that has got a diagonal representation like that. So this is primarily how you draw the demand, or not the demand, I'm sorry. This is how you draw the diagram representing supply. The difference when there is a change in supply is simply going to be a parallel line. And that line is what represents a change in supply. And this is all that students had to do. Just draw a diagram as simple as I have put it. There is no harm in writing brief notes, very brief notes, okay? Because take note that this particular question is only 5 marks. So you do not write much. So ideally, you use a diagram. So I have drawn for you a diagram to explain change in supply. And this is how you had to attempt this question. Let's now turn to question number 3. And question number three is, it says, I'm going to read it like you can see, the demand and supply for monthly gym membership, which is this one, I'm reading this. The demand and supply for monthly gym memberships are given as, and we're given the information there. And then we're asked, calculate the market equilibrium. Now, market equilibrium refers to a point at which the quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied. So that's a point which is known as equilibrium. Now, in this particular case, we've been told already that the quantity demanded is equal to 600 minus 10p. And we've been told that the quantity supplied is equal to 10p minus 300. What we are supposed to do now, like you can see from what I've written here, that the quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied. Therefore, QD, we already know that QD is this one. QD is 600 minus 10p is equal to QC, and we know QC is there. QC is 10, P is less than 300. So what we're going to do now is apply our algebra like you already know it. We want to make P the subject of the formula. So what are we going to do? We are going to move this 600 on that side. Okay, so it's going to, if we move this 600 and take it on that side, we're going to remain with negative 10p is equal to 10p minus 300 minus 600. It changes from being a positive to a negative when it crosses over, like you already know. This is stuff you probably do remember, or you haven't done in a while. I'm going to help you out. What we're not yet done. We need to then move this one to take it across that equal to sign. So it's going to be negative 10p minus 10p is equal to minus 300 minus 600. Are you confused? When this 10 over here, this 10 is a positive 10. When it crosses over, when it crosses over, it becomes a negative. That's why it's negative 10. Any one of those can represent that. Okay? That's basically it. We are not yet done. I wanted to explain how that 10 became a negative. Now, negative 10 minus 10 is going to give us negative 20p, which is equal to negative 300 minus 600 is going to give us minus 900. We want to find p, and so we'll divide this with negative 20, and this side will divide again with negative 20. And then that's going to cancel, 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 cancel. We remain with p. This is going to cancel, 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 cancel. 2 into 9 is 45. So now that we know that the price is at 45, we then use the 45 to replace and find what the quantity is. We already have the formulas. There's a formula here and there's a formula here. What we need to do now is use these particular formulas, and I'll pick on the first one, okay, which is QD is equal to 600 minus 10p. So let me just rewrite this, okay? QD is equal to 600 minus 1045, because p is equal to 45. So it's going to be equal to 600 minus 450. And this gives us 150. You can use the second formula, which is this one, just to make sure that you're correct with what you're doing. Okay? And so you are going to say quantity supplied is equal to 10p. 10p, the p being 45. Okay? 45 minus 300. And so this is going to give us 450 minus 300, and this is 150. So we know. Now, according to this question is asking us to calculate the market equilibrium. And equilibrium is a point at which the quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied. And for this to be true, it means that the price is going to be 45 and the quantity is going to be 150. And this is how you would get your 4 marks.
The Zambia Institute of Marketing is offering the following programs. Certified Professional Marketing Program CPM, which has an international outlook. Postgraduate Diploma in Marketing for first degree holders wishing to become professional marketers. For more details, visit www.zimmarketing.org or contact the Zim Secretariat on 0211 258934 up to 5. Mobile 0977 227656 or 0978 600 520. Email education@zimmarketing.org. Marketing, the key to prosperity.
Let us now turn our attention to this question right over here. And it reads, as you can see, if the price is 50 kwacha, what is the implication equilibrium? We already know that the price at equilibrium, for there to be an equilibrium point, is 45 kwacha. If therefore the price is 50, it means that the price is above the equilibrium price. What does that mean? For suppliers, it means that there's a good price for a product, and therefore it means that for supply, supply is going to increase. There's a good price for a product, and therefore you have more people that are coming on board to supply that particular product. But it also means that because equilibrium was at 45 and then the price increases, it means that there's going to be a drop in demand. And that's what it means. So you simply had to write for this particular question, you simply had to write that when the price is 50, it is above equilibrium, which therefore means that there will be an increase in supply and there will be a drop in demand. This particular state, when there is an increase in supply but a drop in demand, is what is known as excess supply. And so, to get your points, really, you had to be clear to say the implication is that as already been stated, it's above the equilibrium price, and therefore there's going to be an increase in supply and a decrease in demand, and this is what is known as excess supply. Let us now turn to this question, B. And I'm just going to scroll up. This is question B. When you look at it, you can actually get scared, like, oh my goodness, what are they asking me for? There are all these things. There's what does this even mean? And this plus 3.2 and negative 1.6. It is important as a student, as you study, not to be intimidated by what you see. Take time to understand the question and figure out what it is that is being required in that particular question. When you look at this particular question, this question brings in the topic of substitute products and complementary products. Complementary. I hope that's the correct spelling. I'm going to take time to explain to you so that you know. It's only 4 marks and you need to only write very little notes. Okay? Now listen, but those notes are going to be based on your knowledge of substitute products and complementary products. I'm going to take this particular time to explain the two. Substitute products are those, like for example, you have got butter. Instead of butter, you can buy margarine. Instead of a Pepsi, you can get a Coke. These are substitute products, meaning if you don't have one, you can use the other. And the principle is like this. When there is a substitute product, it can affect the demand of a product. For example, margarine can affect the price of butter. And the principle, here is the principle. When there is an increase in the price, okay, in price of substitute, when there is an increase in the price of substitute, for example, there's an increase in the price of margarine, it means that there will be a high demand for the price of butter. Do you get it? It means that there's going to be a high demand for the price of butter. Yep. Yes. I'm trying to find butter. Okay. I just forgot. I lost concentration a bit. So look, after all, why the margarine their price is higher? Why let me try to speak some Bemba. Don't laugh at me. Nabalunda umutengo. Anyway, let's back to English. The price of margarine has gone up. It means that we are going to switch and we are going to stop buying margarine and we are going to go and buy butter. Therefore, an increase in the substitute price, okay, in the price of a substitute product is going to lead to an increase in the demand of another product, a substitute product. And that is how it works. Now, this is represented by a positive value. Positive value. Always remember that. When there's a positive value, it means that we are talking about a substitute product. It therefore means that when there is a negative value, negative value, it means that we're talking about a complementary product. A complementary product refers to a type of product which cannot be used by itself, but it is used in conjunction with another product. So for example, you have got a PlayStation. You use a PlayStation with cartridges. I'm told nowadays they're not called cartridges, they're called CDs. Yeah, I'm old school. You cannot use a PlayStation if you do not have a CD. So these are complementary products. Also, another example is polish. There's Kiwi and there's Nugget. I think those are the most common ones. Polish is used in conjunction with shoes. The two are complementary products. Now, when we talk about complementary products, increase in the price, increase in the price of a complementary product of a complementary, I hope I'm getting these spellings correct, of a complementary product is going to result in decrease of demand. Now imagine the price of CDs goes up. It means that the demand for a PlayStation is going to go down. Why? It's so expensive for me to get a CD. So because it's expensive for me to get a CD for me to play video games, then the demand for the PlayStation is going to go down. And this is the reasoning here. Now, let's go to this question that was asked, and I need you to understand it. This question simply is asking that, here's what it says. It says the cross elasticity of demand between product X. Let me explain what cross elasticity of demand means. Cross elasticity of demand simply refers to the impact that's going to be on another product because of the change in price of one product. So when we increase or decrease the price of a PlayStation, is that going to have an impact on the price of CDs? That is what is referred to as cross elasticity of demand. And so I'll start again. I will start again. In fact, let me just cancel this all out so that I start again. And here's what it says. The cross elasticity of demand between product X and product A is that. So we've been told that there is a product X. There is product X and there is product A. And it is a negative 0.8 value. Okay, let's proceed. It says, then the cross elasticity of demand between product X and product B is equal to plus 3.2. Again, there is product X that's involved. There's product X. Product X and what? Product X and product B. And product B. Okay? And what is the value? It is plus 3.2. Let's proceed and read this question. Then the cross elasticity of demand between product X and product C is negative 1.6. Again, this product A. There's a product A. I meant product X. And this time there's product C. Okay, just move this up. This product C, right? The value, oops. All right, okay. The value is negative 1.6. Now remember, the values are important. What I said earlier was when you see a positive value, it means that you're talking about a substitute product. And when you see a negative value, it means that you are talking about a complementary product. And this is very important, and I need you to understand that. What does this question asks you? What does this question ask? What is this question requiring of you? I don't know what's happening with my grammar. Okay, so this question is asking that you explain the relationship of the above goods to X. So the relationship of product A to X is that it is a complementary product. The relationship of product B to X is that what is it? Is that it is a supplementary product. Supplementary product. And the relationship between product C and product X is that, what is the relationship? It's negative, right? It is a complementary product. Now, is this a spelling of complementary? Yeah, this should be the correct one. Complementary product. And so the only thing that you needed to write on the exam for 4 marks is simply to say the relationship between product A and product X is complementary, meaning one is a complementary product to the other, meaning the two products cannot be used exclusively. They need to be used together. And you'd have to say the same thing, not the same thing. You'd have to note that the relationship between B and X is this one, and the relationship between C and X is this one. And this is how you had to attempt this question. Just those 3 points, being one of them is this one, the other one is this one, and the other one is this one, are what you had to write to get your 4 marks. Question C. All right, what are we supposed to do? Calculate the price elasticity of supply when 50% change in price leads to a 25% change in quantity supplied, and explain your answer. Okay, so we are talking about price elasticity of demand, okay? Which is something that you really need to know. In the next video, I'm actually going to take you through a question on price elasticity of demand, including how to calculate that particular question. If you're interested in that particular, receiving that particular video, I'm working together with the educational team at the Zambia Institute of Marketing, and you will be able to get that. You too can get in touch with me directly if you wish. My number is 0966930260. Yeah, send me a WhatsApp and we can chat more. Let's see how you're doing with your studies. Okay, so I am going to delete the number here now so that I can stick to this particular question. Now, when you talk about elasticity simply refers to responsiveness. Responsiveness when price changes, or when a variable changes. So if the price of tuition goes up at the different schools that are around, if the price of tuition goes up, the question is, are students going to enroll more or they are going to enroll less? That is elasticity. If they are going to enroll more, we'll talk about that. If they are going to enroll less, we'll talk about that in the next video. But the point is that there is some responsiveness. The formula for calculating elasticity is change in quantity divided by change in price. This is not an A, this is a sign. This sign means change. So there's a change in quantity and there's a change in price. I shouldn't have written. Did you see? I've written Q. It's not supposed to be Q. It's supposed to be P. So price elasticity of demand, or price elasticity generally, the formula is the change, the percentage change in quantity over the percentage change in price. And we've been told that the percentage change is here. We've been told the percentage change in price is 50, while the percentage change in quantity is 25. This is basically how we're going to calculate it, okay? And this is basically how we're going to get our answer, okay? Now, if you do the maths here, 50 into that is what? I don't know. What's 50 into this, okay? All right, so 5 into this is 5 into what am I trying to calculate? I'm trying to calculate the elasticity in this particular case. Anivuta masama pachidishani. Okay, so what are we going to do? So let me just rewrite this. Okay, so it's 25 over 50. 50 into 25, it can't. So you put a 0, right? And put a dot. Then you put a 0 there, right? So 50 into 250 is 5. This is the answer. Yes, it's as simple as that. You can clearly get your 4 marks, but you're not yet done. I need you to remember this, okay? If the elasticity of demand is greater than 1, it means that there is responsiveness. Will the students enroll more? That was the question I asked. No, they will not enroll more because the tuition fees have gone up. If the price elasticity of demand is equal to 1, it means that there is what is known as unit elasticity. And I'll talk about that in the next video. If, however, the price elasticity of demand is less than 1, it means that students don't care. You could be the only institution that offers a particular course, and so it doesn't matter. Ziale is the only place where you can get your practicing certificate from for people who've done law. It's the only place. And so even if they increase the price to 50, students are going to pay. It means that the elasticity of demand, it means that the elasticity of supply is unresponsive. And so in addition to you writing that the answer is 0.5, remember, part of the question says that explain your answer. So you have shown how you calculated, you've shown the formula and how you came up. All this is there. But now that you have found 0.5, the examiner is asking, but what does this mean? And what this means is that 0.1 is less than 1. This means that the elasticity is unresponsive. Inelastic is the word you need to use. All right, yeah, inelastic. Okay, this means that it is elastic. This means that it is inelastic. And that is it. That is all that you needed to do. I'll be happy to hear from you. Get in touch. Again, my number is 0966930260. Let's talk about your studies, how that is going. I will see you in the next video.
Marketing, the key to prosperity.